It's going to break. It's going to burst wide open.
Oh, I love that song. Hey guys, welcome back to Minecraft Hollow Mountain. I am JohnTheWolf038. Okay, so the deal with this is I was originally just going to do a mob trap tutorial video and be done with it, but so much of it affected my regular series that I felt like I should just go ahead and make it a regular episode with a mob trap tutorial in it. So anyway, there I was just showing you, yeah, this is post-commentary. There I was showing you that I dug down this little mine shaft here and got some iron so I can make some buckets, because you can't do a mob trap without some buckets, let me tell you. Stupid cow. Anyway, yes, so I'm going to try to edit this as much as possible because it's just way too freaking long. And actually, it still is, but it's so much harder to edit out stuff when you're not commentating. So after I do this, I'll probably be able to come in here and edit this even further. But basically what I was just doing here was making my way down. So for those that are here for the actual tutorial, this most likely won't affect you because yours isn't most likely going to be in the same sort of location. Now, here is the inside of the dungeon. And the most important thing here is, let me just say right here, I'm going to just leave the torches that I need, which are on each side, and the blocks that hold those torches are the only blocks that are going to stay of the original flooring. Basically, I'm going to remove all of the blocks around that, and then I'm going to go 2 down from there. I'll make sure to reiterate these points at different points of the video. But anyway, yes. So just those squares, and the one, of course, holding the mob trap itself. I mean, mob spawner. This is a skeleton spawner, for those that you don't know. But this trap will also work for zombies. Not spiders, though, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, so basically, like I said, I'm going to dig 2 down, no more than that, right here. And we're going to carry that to just 1 block past the frontmost block that I left. But yes, just high enough to get underneath it, and that's all you need. But yes, I'm not really sure what I'm going to say for this. Well, I've got 24 minutes of footage, even with it edited somewhat. But I'll probably cut some of that out. Anyway, one thing I kept finding while I was working on this was iron, which I'm very glad of, but I wouldn't have had to go to all the trouble to really hunt for it if I'd known that. But anyway, yes, some iron, that's nice. Need to just fill that in. Yeah, I went through a few stone pigs making this. But anyway, I'm really excited to have a skeleton dungeon so close to home. This trap is going to be so useful. I'll never have to make arrows again, which is great, and I'll always have bones for bone meal as well, or for taming wolves, but I'm not taming anymore. I've got 1, that's plenty. If you get any more than that, they get freaking annoying, so yeah. So I'm leaving, like I say, 1 block past. I'm going to leave that, but then I'm going to dig here, and it's going to be 3 deep when that's done. But yes, at this point I think I was deciding I needed to cover the opening so I could best judge the roof of the place and all that. Decided I wanted to use sand so the grass would spread a bit. This is very unimportant step though, because it doesn't really affect anything except for my own experience, so yeah. The storm is abating. Should help the frame rate some, I think. Oh, and speaking of which, even though the frame rate isn't improved, I was able to actually help my computer, or I should say laptop, overheating issue. I dismantled it yesterday and got a bunch of dust out of it, and that seems to have really helped. It cooled off like 20-25 degrees Celsius, so that is pretty cool, I think. Anyway, so yes, we're two under. Yeah, I forgot one there. We're two under this, and that's going to stay. And then from here, let me see. Yeah, oh, I decided to go ahead and show this. Okay, one up from the original floor level. You're going to dig out this trench. That's where water is going to go. And also, come on, self, catch on. Also, no, not there, and no, not there either. Yeah, right at floor level, original floor level, and one out from the wall. We're going to put another hole on each side for other water flow. You'll see why when I start putting the water in. It'll make more sense. I'm going to go ahead and get the water, and I believe at this point I decided to put an infinite spring closer, about halfway. Make a little room and put in an infinite water source, just to make things easier. And there was tiny little caves around here. You want to definitely block those up if you find them. It's not totally necessary, but it can affect how and where the mobs will spawn. But yes, I have my infinite water source about halfway up. That's helpful. And yes, okay, next I was thinking, oh no, the stairs aren't in the right place. And they had to be moved back. But again, this is not going to affect you. Most of you will find your mob spawners in caves, your dungeons, and you're going to have to devise a whole other way of getting down to them. So this part isn't really important for you guys. Okay, so we're back in the room now. And of course, I'm going to have to adjust the staircase again at another point. So that's, you know, that got pretty frustrating after a while. But I decided to put some light in here so it'd be easy for you guys to see. And now I will show you that this next trench, or sorry, the trench, the next level down is going to go 3 down. Now I'm taking this concept from one of the early tutorials. I think it may have been his first that Vidyazen put up. I borrowed from that concept, but I tweaked it a little bit. Yeah, here I was mad that I didn't get glass, because you need glass. That's pretty stupid. So, anyway, back with glass now. But yes, Vidya has a tutorial for this, and I just kind of tweaked it, made it my own just a little bit. But one thing was, he added it 2, and I just decided to make it 3. I don't think it really matters. That's just what I ended up doing on my test of it, and it seemed to bring them down a little more quickly. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm just kind of clearing out some of this unnecessary wall space here. And we'll see here. More iron. Yeah. There's so much iron down here, it's crazy. This mob trap is it produced a lot more than just bones and arrows. Produced a bunch of iron and coal too. Anyway, I'm gonna clean this out. So the 3 deep trench is gonna be 2. What would you say? 2 wide? I don't know. Yeah, 2 wide. And reason for that is you need a space for them to come down and drown in, and you also need a space for the glass that will keep them from getting out. So now I'm going to dig up in here some more, and of course shortly thereafter realize that my stairs are not right again, and look, more iron. to continue clearing this away so that I can see how much space I'm going to need. And then, of course, I'll have to move the stupid staircase again. Okay, staircase is now centered where I wanted it. Game lagging a bit, but oh well. Right, so now I have this all cleared away the way I want it. Everything's centered properly. You definitely want your pickup point to be centered. Now I'm going to put the glass in now. I dug up too far there. I don't need that. So make sure that it is looking something like that. And then you're going to put your glass wall, which is going to come down all but the last block. So it's going to be alongside the 3 deep trench, but I'm going to go ahead and grab that. Then, I hate when I do that, I really do. Even now in post-commentary I was mad at myself. But I'm going to leave that gap, that's where the water is going to flow. And the mobs will get trapped behind that glass wall and drown. So, next thing I need to do is make myself an access route right here, I decided, beside the infinite water source, to get over to it. Now you're going to want to do that for yourself as well. Make sure you have a way to get along the sides, because it's really the only easy way to build it all. Realistically, I would have done that sooner, but I didn't think about it until then. But you can see how everything is shaping up. Again, this groove on the back wall is 1 up from the original floor level. And then the 2 holes on the side that I made are at the original floor level. The floor down there is 2 down from the original floor level. And then the trench is 3 down from that. So I'm going to get over here and put the water on this side first. Except for the one on the very side. I want to go ahead and get the entire back wall done first so that the water flow is even. Grab more water. See how handy it is to have that right there? But yes, going to go ahead and get this entire thing flowing. You may already be able to see how it's going to push the mobs toward the trench with the glass wall. So that's going. And then I'm going to take the water and I'm going to put it in this hole here, right below me. And now you see how it's pushing them toward the center from that side. And it's not totally necessary. Oh yeah, that was bright. It's not totally necessary to do that, but it just seems to me that it works best when they're getting pushed toward the center. So we've got one on each side, and you can see by looking down, everything's going to the center, which is important. Okay. So they're going to be taken there, mostly to the middle area of the glass wall. I'm going to go ahead and fill this in. First, I guess I need to go ahead and get these torches out of the way. Now, as you can see, I'm on peaceful here to build this. I would recommend that, but if you're a diehard, all I can say is leave the torches as long as you possibly can, and then when you do have to hit them, run, because the stuff's going to start spawning pretty much immediately. Just went ahead and smoothed out the ceiling because it was annoying me. So yes, with it on peaceful, I'll just grab these torches and nothing will try to get me. But you see that puff of smoke? That would have been a skeleton. Except for that it was on peaceful. Alright, so that is all taken care of on the inside. The inside of it is completely done. Now all we have to worry about is the pickup area. So this little spot got a little messed up by me moving the staircase over, but it was still usable. Now you can see that the water is pushing straight here. This is going to be my pickup point. However, it's pushing all along the sides as well. So what I'm going to need to do to keep the items from getting stuck is to create currents that are going to push it back to center. So I'm going to put water there on that back wall where I dug out. Don't put it on the side because then it's going to act differently. You need to put it directly on that back part. And then, even though it's not easy with the currents of water and everything pushing like that, as you can see, but you need to get it right on that back wall again, on this side too. There we go. And you can see now it is pushing everything from the side to the center. Now we just need to repeat that on this side. Like so. Back wall and back wall. And now everything is getting pushed, as you can see, straight down from each side into the center pickup part. Now obviously, due to my staircase and all that, that is how it's set up for me, but yours might be different. You also want to keep as little light as possible from getting to that area, even though they're going to spawn pretty frequently, even in low lighting. You want to keep as much of it from getting to the spawner area as possible, which is why I decided to go ahead and cover up some more of this overhead area, which you will most likely not have. Above ground dungeons are very rare, it seems, these days. So I took the torch out of there and I'm going to put it here. Now that should keep things from spawning right around in here. But this area stays dark that way. And that's pretty much as good as I can get it. In a second here I will test it, but you can clearly see how the water's coming down. And everything's getting pushed to center. So I'm going to take it and put it on easy, which actually will spawn more mobs than normal or hard will. And there you go, already a skeleton has spawned. And don't worry, at first they're going to look like they're just going to bounce around on the surface, as is their want to do. But after a few jumps, he's going to start going down. And as more of them spawn, they're going to be pushing each other down. So within a few minutes, we'll get to see exactly what this thing's capable of doing. Now, by my calculations, from your arrival to it, or from turning it off with peaceful, 5 minutes straight ahead, you're going to get about 15 arrows, 15 bones, and then I think about 20 of each, give or take, every 5 minutes thereafter. So if you go AFK and just sit there in that little pickup hole, you're going to get a ton of bones and arrows, within an hour or so. You're never going to need arrows again. So this is basically how it works. And you'll be watching here. Here comes the first arrows, and they come right to the collection point. None get stuck on the side. I've never seen any get stuck. So this is pretty much 100% pickup. And here they all come. You can see they're all coming right along. I had, I think, 60 arrows on me when I did this. So you'll see within the first few minutes how many I pick up. Just trying to give you a good look at how they're flowing. But yeah, drop down, pick those up. You'll see there's none on the sides. Everything's coming to center. There's all the skeletons sitting there drowning. Because I said, the more frequently they come, the more easily it is for them to drown. They're all just going to be pushing each other straight down into the water. So, right here you see, I have to separate my arrows. But I had 60, so I have 6 bones, 6 arrows within just a couple of minutes. So yeah, it works really quickly. I'm going to get a lot out of it. 100% pickup. Really easy to do. I just needed 2 buckets, a few stone picks, and I was good to go. And that's basically it. You can see all the skeletons in there. They can't get to you. They can't get out. They can't survive. It's easy to do. And that's basically it. Now, for the sake of this being a regular episode as well, I might as well go ahead and tell you a little bit about what's going to be coming ahead. Obviously, with all these bones, I'm going to be able to quickly make a prosperous tree and wheat farm. So I'll be doing that. And with all the arrows, I never have to worry about needing arrows. So I'll probably be able to go on a bit more of an expedition without fearing for my life. So go ahead and throw it on peaceful here, and I'm going to be showing you the inside of it once more just so you can see. But it's really, really simple. I know this was fairly long, but you know, you can skip through it as you will. I just didn't want to, you know, remove too much, but you can clearly see how everything's working. Again, that's floor level where the mossy stone is there. I went one up to put the trench in the back, two down below the spawner. I put the water on the sides as well as the back, but the water on the sides is one down, which would be floor level. Yes, point. But yes, they will be at floor level, the other at one up. And then, that's two down, one past it is two down, and there is three down, and then there's the wall of glass, which is also at three down, and it goes all the way down to the, except for the last blocks at the bottom, so the water can still flow. And then water's coming from there and there, there and there, both on the back of that block, so that everything gets pushed straight to the middle. And you can just sit there and AFK and pick up all your stuff. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed this. I'm JonathanWolf038. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thumb this up and favorite it and all that too. See you guys next time for more. Bye.